Welcome back to Let's Be Real on this Monday. It's your girl Shay, and I'm back with my girl Angela Joseph, Angela M. Joseph on the line with us, bringing to us the Veggie Bunch. How you doing, my girl?
Hey, how are you? I'm good.
Oh my gosh, it's such a blessing to see you after the holiday season. How was your holiday?
It was good. It was good. I actually woke up. Well, I had a customer that day. They wanted some Christmas Day brunch delivered. So I
Oh.
pulled up on them with some waffles, some vegan shrimp and grits, got their day going. So my day started, it was good.
Hey, it started off making money. Ain't no complaints.
No complaining.
Definitely a plus, but we gonna definitely get on into it because you already done throw it out there to the viewers and listeners that's listening to us right now. Angela is I don't want to say you're a vegetarian or are you vegan, which is the correct pronunciation for it.
Vegan.
Okay, you're a vegan, and there
Yeah.
are two different. It's definitely a difference between a vegetarian and a vegan. So,
Yeah.
for those who don't know, I will definitely let Angela get into that. She's going to subscribe everything and let us know, break it down. But also, if you're looking at the ticker at the bottom, those are her IGs and her Facebook, where you can definitely follow my girl at and support. So, like she said, she could pull up on you with some of that vegan food.
Yep.
So, get into the basics of it.
The basics of the biz or
Just the vegan period. Just how did you started the time frame?
So to start off, to explain to people who might not know the difference between vegetarian and vegan. So a vegetarian is a person who doesn't eat animal products.
Okay.
They don't eat any flesh, but they still might eat dairy. They still might eat eggs, So they don't eat the actual body part. They'll just eat the byproduct, if that makes sense. Vegans, we don't eat the animal product or any byproducts. We don't wear any fur, leather shoes. We try to stay away from leather shoes. So anything that has anything to do with another life being taken or anything, we abstain from it. So vegans is completely plant-based. Vegetarians, they kind of, they dance on the line.
They just exclude a little bit, like the meats, and they're trying to kind of dance around with it. Absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
what made you get into it? What just guided you to this direction of just becoming a vegan?
Actually, my ex put me onto it. I need some water. Hold on. We started picking up the cash. Hold on.
Give him his points. Give him his points.
We don't give him points. We're gonna give him a round of applause. But so when I was with him, around 2017, I had really, really, really bad digestion, right? So everything I ate upset my stomach or wouldn't digest at all, or it would run through my body so fast. The minute I ate it, it was like, whoop, to the bathroom, right?
Oh, wow.
I wasn't balanced. And it got to the point where I was almost afraid to eat. Like I would make myself eat one meal a day. You know what I'm saying? Or I would eat the same thing over and over and over again because I'm like, okay, this is my safe food. Like I feel safe eating this or whatever. So I would always complain to him, always. And he would be like, yo, you should try being vegan. Like, have you ever thought about that? And I was like, well, what is that? And he was like, well, you don't eat any meat. And I was like, no meat? What you talking about?
Oh my gosh.
All right. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, we supposed to eat meat, right? He was like, no, yada, yada, yada. He told me that he tried it for a month and he told me all the benefits he had. His skin was good and, he had more energy. He was really big on working out and he was like how he built muscle. So I did some research and I tried it for a week. For the first week, I actually tried just no chicken.
Okay.
Because chicken was my go-to food. Right. Okay. So I said in my mind, I'm like, okay, if I can go 1 week without what I lean on the most, I think I could do everything else. So 1 week turned into 2 weeks, turned into 3 weeks, and here I am 6 years later, and I'm still no meat.
Oh my gosh, that takes a lot of self-discipline.
Yes.
You definitely have to discipline yourself. You definitely have to believe in stuff like that anytime you start something new. So that is a new transition for you. So, for a lot of people who don't realize everything that you eat, it kind of consumes and pollutes your mind and your energy and, so forth and things like that. I have a vegetarian. I'm gonna say he's a vegan brother.
Okay.
All he wants to do is eat sides. And it's like, oh my gosh, you're not gonna eat nothing. He don't want no fish. He don't want none of that stuff. And I'm like, well, how are you keeping this weight on you? But I'm like, okay, I guess it's like the solids, the liquids too, as well, that he's drinking and he's consuming to his body. But this is a whole nother different level for me. So I'm being educated as well today. So it's new for me. So if I can go in that direction, I would definitely love to go in that direction. But for the time frame when you first started, did you become any type of sick or anything? You know, just winging yourself off of the meats and all of the type of animals and stuff that we do normally consume?
No, I wasn't sick at all. If anything, I felt better.
Wow.
I immediately noticed the difference. I immediately noticed my stomach aches went down. I immediately noticed I wasn't as like groggy. You know how sometimes when you wake up in the morning, it takes you a minute to like kind of get out of bed and you be like, another day. But I wake up like, all right, another day. You know what I'm saying? Like I just had a different tone. I had a different tone about myself. The only thing was initially I was, it's kind of hard to say I was kind of hungry because like I said, I started out, I only cut out one meat. You know what I'm saying? So if I felt myself like, oh, I would still turn to like turkey bacon or ground turkey or fish, right? But as I got into the stages of not eating any of them, I really didn't. I didn't feel hungry because I relied heavily on beans and rice. You know what I'm saying? So when I knew I wasn't having something heavy, I would just eat more of what I knew was filling, right? We all grew up beans, rice, potatoes. So I just kind of bulked up on that, and that just got me through. And it was a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying? So like, I just cut out one thing and just replaced it with something else, and I was good. But I never felt sick. I have yet to be sick. I have yet to feel any type of. The only time I felt like a little sick, like I went from one country to the next, and it was like a drastic temperature change, and my sleep schedule was way off. You know what I'm saying? So like, I was a little funky then, but like a couple smoothies later, and I was right back to business. So
how do you get your protein? How do you get your protein?
Oh,
where do you get it from?
Your mic a little robotic.
Still is?
Yeah.
It's okay. It'll pick up. That's the devil because you're trying to educate me on something else.
Okay. No, you good. All right. Protein. Protein is overhyped. Protein is very overrated. What a lot of people don't know, and we have been miseducated, not just as a race, but as a whole country. Our body naturally produces protein.
Okay.
You understand? So the concept that we have to eat a big animal to grow big and strong is backwards, because proteins are they're like binds, right? If you interlock your fingers, it creates like a bind, right? That's what protein does. And the way protein is broken down is through your kidneys, right? So actually, the more protein you eat, the more protein dense your diet is, the more wear and tear you're actually putting on your kidneys. No one tells us that, right? So people who focus a lot on protein, thinking that they needed to make muscle, what your body needs to make muscles are amino acids. No one tells you that, right? And they don't educate on that, because the more your kidney is damaged, the more you got to go to the doctor, the more you got to pay these people, and the more money you put in their pocket, right? So everything you know about health, you have to unlearn, right? Whatever you think is healthy, I promise you the complete opposite of it is healthy, right? So when it comes to protein, I get it from everywhere. I get it from my leafy green vegetables, right? And it doesn't have to be like, 30 grams of protein per cup. You don't need that much protein. You know what I'm saying? 1 gram of protein is enough to sustain you for a very long time. You know what I'm saying? We have enough protein in our body for us to live without food for days. You feel me? That's how people are able to fast and not just fall out or completely deteriorate, because we produce it. You know what I'm saying? All we have to do is sustain what's being produced with proper minerals and amino acids. So I don't trip off protein. I don't trip off none of that. I just eat what my body craves, and I eat what I know makes perfectly good sense, which is anything that comes from the dirt, and my body does the rest.
Oh my gosh. So what does your body crave for you on a regular daily basis?
Day to day, water.
Okay.
Every day. I do get a lot of fruit cravings. Fruit is a very cleansing. fruit has a lot of water content and a lot of minerals in it, so it's really good for detoxifying. But every day, you know, it kind of changes. I guess some of my staple foods, avocado. I'm a guacamole type of girl. I keep avocado.
Oh my gosh. I cannot get into the guacamole or the avocado. I just can't.
Hand it here, more for me, more for me. I love, I love.
Okay, what is the richest about just eating avocado? What does it really do for you?
The health benefits of avocado?
Yes.
So avocados have a lot of healthy fats. So you know how you see somebody and you see a big girl, right? And you be like, all right, she kind of built kind of bad, right? That's because they're not eating healthy fats, so those fats aren't really falling in the right places.
Okay.
So avocados have a lot of healthy fats, you know, the fats that fall in the right places. That's natural to your body because everybody's body shape is different. Avocados have a lot of minerals in it, and minerals help build up your immune system. It helps to fight off diseases. Avocados are really good for your hair, your skin, your nails, because they're so rich and creamy. You know what I'm saying? They just help regenerate new cells. So they're really good at a lot of things, like a lot of plants. They don't just have like a handful of benefits, like they have a lot of benefits. So
okay, so avocado and mango is kind of like neck to neck because you can do the same kind of things with mango. What really stands out the difference between an avocado and a mango? Because just like you said, you can use avocado for your hair, you can use mango just as well for your hair.
Yeah, the only difference is the main difference is the texture of it. So avocado is like a little creamier. You know, you can mash it up and make like a guacamole or like a spread. And because mango is like juicier, it's more water dense. You know what I'm saying? You can still mash it up, but the texture of it will be different. That's just kind of more for that's more for refreshing your body. Okay. And avocados, I would say, would be more for like sustaining, if that makes sense.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you because you started off stating that you had someone to order a holiday brunch from you, and you made shrimp and grits. How do you make shrimp and grits into a vegan food without you just using the natural grits or the shrimp? Like, how do you make this into a vegan brunch?
All right. So I get these shrimp. So I don't make the shrimp. The shrimp. I get the shrimp. There's this company. It's this website. It's called Vegan Essentials. They have a ton of like vegan meat options. So really, what with this particular company does, and I like them. They take little molds and they like crescent shape, right? Like a half moon, the way a shrimp would typically look. You know, and it's cooked like a crescent half moon. So they take these shapes. And what they make the quote unquote shrimp out of potato starch, some seaweed, not a lot, just a little bit, just to kind of give it like that oceany taste. And then they just use a variety of spices. And when they melt down that potato starch and pour it into the molds, it forms, you know what I'm saying, like a little shrimpy look, right? So that's all it is. It's just starch and seasonings that are just molded into the shape of a shrimp.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So I definitely want to ask you, like, do you only date vegans or do you?
No. Girl, I have tried that. And let me tell you something. Every vegan guy that I have met has absolutely irritated me.
What?
Because I'd rather take somebody that's open-minded, and willing to incorporate it and give it a try, opposed to somebody that's where they get it figured out. You know what I'm saying?
Down pat to the core, weighing you down.
Me personally, just from my experience, the vegans who I met, and because a lot of the vegan men that I've met, they've also been more spiritual, and I'm a very spiritual person. Well, I like to consider myself that. And a lot of these people be so spiritual, they low-key be egotistical. You feel me? Like they be thinking they speaking from spirit, but it's like, to me, it comes off as ego. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I really don't focus on like what a person eats. I just, what's in your mind? Are you open to learning, to growing, to incorporating? Give me a meat eater that's willing, and y'all can keep them vegans that know it all. I'm gonna let them vegans go find another vegan woman that just can't.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like a structure-based ass relationship that I would want to stray away from.
Yeah. So Nah, I don't have very many. I have a few criteria for the type of man I date, but as far as what they eat, that's not one of them.
Absolutely. That's good.
Yeah.
You're very open-minded to it. So that still leave you room to where you can educate too. Like,
Right.
hey, if you want to do it, okay, this is the X, Y, and Z's, the ins and out of becoming a vegan. So have you just got into the plant-based food like that, like the plantation burgers or anything like that?
Not the plantation burgers, girl.
I definitely hear it all around. So I want to know, these are the type of questions that you ask someone who is educated in this type of field. Because for a minute, Burger King had this plantation burger going around.
Girl, it's not the plantation burger, sis. It's the Beyond Burger. Yes, and they still got the Beyond Burger.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Have I gotten into it? Initially, I did kind of dibble and dabble in like the Beyond and the Impossible, but I'm so embedded in my diet being whole food, plant-based, that I really don't fool with fake meats that much. You feel me? And there's levels to this. Everybody don't just jump off, you know what I'm saying, chicken, and then switch over to this and then just eat how I eat nuts and seeds and kale every day. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of times those foods are good crutches. You know what I'm saying? To kind of help somebody like I'm trying to get off the real meat, because it does taste different. It's a different texture. It just changes your mindset. But me personally, I've had a lot of physical reactions to the Beyond and the Impossible meats. Okay. So that lets me know that I'm too real for that fake shit. So I just let it go.
What's the reactions?
So me personally, like, I can't speak on everybody else. So me personally, all right. So before Burger King came out with the Beyond, now mind you, Beyond Burger was out, right? And then they started dropping it in restaurants. One of the first restaurants they dropped it in was White Castle's. And White Castle, we got the little slider burgers, right? Okay. So initially people was like, yo, you got to try it, woo, woo, woo. So I tried it and I was like, yo, this is really good. Like, it really does taste like meat, but I was still kind of weary, right? So I'm like, I don't know. And then I got one from Burger King when the Burger King dropped it. And Burger King got these big dumb Whoppers, like dumb Whoppers.
And juicy as hell.
They are so big. And when I ate one the first time, I was like, oh my God, it tastes just like a hamburger. So I went back the next day. I was like, do I really miss this? And I went back the next day and I got another one. My stomach was hurting. My face broke out. And this might be TMI, but like my cycle came back on, right? Oh, but it had just went off 2 weeks before. And I'm like, why am I back on this fast? Like, what's going on? So that let me know that and I looked up the ingredients in it, because whenever I have a reaction to something that I eat, I immediately go back and look at the ingredients and see the Beyond Burger has a high concentration of soy, right? Okay. And very high concentrations of soy throw off my hormonal balance, right? So when my face broke out and my cycle came back on, I was like, yo, this is not what nature intended us to make. Because you have to remember, even though it's quote unquote plant-based, it's still made in a laboratory. You understand? Okay. It still has an ingredient list that the average person can't pronounce. You still have to Google what is in it. So I always tell people, like, it's cool to kind of maybe play around with that stuff, on a barbecue or a birthday, but that's not the basis of a true plant-based diet, and it's not the basis of my diet. So I don't even fool with it.
Oh my God. So I do have a question for you. I do see that somebody wrote something, but I don't tend to like to get into all of the comments and stuff that people be saying, because you got to stay focused.
Right.
Somebody just was saying, hey, y'all. Hey, y'all.
What's good?
I thought it was definitely a question. But no, so when it comes down to these holidays, like you have Christmas, you have Thanksgiving, you got all these type of holidays going on. So do you just do the like juices and mix? What is your meal that you prepare for you for a holiday? What is a holiday meal for you?
Honestly, a holiday meal is just, the kind of regular. The only thing that I do that's different, I do like to make dressing. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I do like to make my own cranberry sauce around like Thanksgiving.
How do you make your own cranberry sauce?
So cranberry sauce is super easy. All you do is buy fresh cranberries and you add like sugar and water and it just melt down, and that's it. And then as they break down, it's gonna turn it. It's gonna the cranberries break down, so it turn into like a relish almost.
Okay.
And you can mash it up more if you don't like the texture of it. And that's all it is: cranberry, sugar, water, and you melt it down, and that's it. You
So
feel
if
me?
you give someone who is trying to become a vegan, or even, yeah, I'm gonna say a vegan because I'm not gonna really say vegetarian because, like you said, there are two different definitions in it. But if you can give someone who is trying to become a vegan 5 steps, or 5 type of tips, what would you recommend for one to start off to become a vegan?
For one.
Did I ask a hard question?
I don't want to.
What do you recommend? What is a structure or some type of routine that we should take?
So this is what I did. For one, cut out one meat at a time.
Okay.
Everybody want to wake up and be like, I'm going vegan Monday. And it's like, hold on. You've been eating meat, cheese, burgers, and soda for 20, 30 years, right? Yeah. It sounds good. In a seasoned vegan, we make it look easy, but it took us a minute. You know what I'm saying? Because of all the addictive properties and chemicals and fats and sugars in these things, people don't realize that those foods have a mental stronghold on you. So you have to walk out of that lifestyle and into this one with baby steps. It's not too many big steppers that can wake up and be like, I'm done, and go cold turkey. So to the average person, I would say, be realistic, be for real, and cut out one meat at a time, and exercise that one meat being out of your diet for an extended period of time. You know what I'm saying? 2, when you cut out one meat at a time, I recommend you cut out the meat that you're most dependent on. You understand? Because once you curb your craving for what you rely on the most, everything else is a cakewalk. So if you eat chicken more than you eat beef, cut out chicken first, right? Because you already don't eat beef that much anyways, right? So now when you get hungry, you might turn to beans, potatoes, bigger salads, you know what I'm saying, to make up that lack. 3, I would say, as you cut more things out, bring in new things, right? Bring in a new type of lettuce. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
4, when I tell people to bring new things in, bring them in slowly. Don't go on a grocery haul and just buy up the whole produce section, because you're not used to eating like this, and half that stuff is gonna go bad, right? And the last thing I would say is to definitely read every ingredient and Google it. Even these healthy alternative products, they have chemicals in them that the average person cannot pronounce, right? If you have to Google more than 3 to 4 ingredients, it ain't for you.
Okay.
These foods, they may be quote unquote vegan. Yes, no life was taken to make this product, but it was still made in the laboratory at the hands of a man. You understand? And these companies, some of these companies are owned by Tyson, Morningstar, right? So these are still meat companies who still strive to keep people hooked on their products by any means necessary. So they're still going to put some similar chemicals in them to keep you hooked. So Google everything. And just educate yourself. Be for real about what you're eating, right? We are real people. We don't need to rely on fake food. So those are my steps.
Oh my gosh, that takes a strong man to do that. Now you got me wondering, like, because I already be sick, just mentally, physically. I just be sick. So I'm trying to figure out, what can I do? And then I got my kids hooked on this stuff. And you know what you're saying makes a lot of sense. We don't read. We don't educate ourselves. So we don't know if we are getting fake meat from real meat. We don't know if everything is being made in some type of factory. I definitely get it. But the chemicals that, like you stated, that they put in the food. What is one of the chemicals that you did realize was being a big effect to you that's in the food that we don't educate ourselves on?
I can't call it off the top of my head, but it's alkaline water, right? I'm finna shut this alkaline water shit down. Alkaline water, when you go to the grocery store, first and foremost, your water should not have any ingredients in it. People go on this health journey and they think, I need to buy alkaline water, right? That shit is chemical water. The same chemicals they put in alkaline water, it's the same chemicals they put in Drano, right? And I'm gonna tell you why. When you alkalize something, you neutralize it, right? You break it down. So the same chemicals they are put in a drain cleaner to neutralize whatever's in that drain to break it down, they put in alkaline water so that it can neutralize and break down whatever's in your body, right? So that's why they're able to make these things and say, oh, it has a pH of 13 or 25 or whatever, you know, making the person think like, oh, this is super, super good for me, when it's really just super, super or lightly chemically induced, right? It's chemically induced water to neutralize what's in you. You don't need alkaline water. You don't need quote unquote alkaline water. And when I did my research on that, I was like, oh, I'm done. The only water we should be drinking is spring water, right? Not purified water. Distilled water is dead water. It's flat water, right? Distilled water is basically when they boil water and they capture the steam of it and rebottle it, right? So they've killed off all the minerals in it. So distilled water is dead water. Spring water is the only water you need to flush out anything that you have in your body, because it comes from a spring, so it naturally has minerals in it because it flows through rocks. You feel me? So that was a game changer for me, was alkaline water.
Wow. And that's the chemical that they put in our food. What? Girl, I ain't know none of this shit. I'm really being educated today. Let's keep it going. I didn't know this. You know, so I'm just consuming every and anything in my body. Ribs. I do know that we should try to stay away from pork, because right now pork definitely has this high consuming to where it is causing a lot of cancer to us women.
Whew, yes. Another thing that women should really stay away from, when I tell you dairy, that dairy is a motherfucker.
Is it the milk, because it is cow blood and they is, you know, just adding a color to it? Because I never even knew that.
So the milk we buy in the grocery store is bleached. They do bleach the milk. They bleach the milk because the process of getting milk is from forcefully impregnating the cow. And they have to keep these cows pregnant. These women are pregnant and in a milk producing state all the time. You know what I'm saying? So they hook them up to these machines and they extract the milk from them forcefully multiple times a day. So their udders, the little things that the milk come out of, are basically rubbed raw. Like when a woman breastfeed, you know, they'd be like, oh, the nipple goes raw. I can't relate, but I've heard that. I can't relate
because I don't want no baby sucking on my titties.
Right. But I've heard that, like, it goes raw. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know when we experience chafing in between our legs, you know what I'm saying, how that skin go raw. So when the skin goes raw, it's basically broken, right? And it's being exposed all the time. So pus, it gets infected. So there's pus and there's blood in the milk. So they bleach it. That's why all the milk in the grocery store is the exact same color. Whole milk, skim milk. Skim milk might be a little lighter, but it's all the same color. But when you breastfeed from a natural breast, it has a hue to it. It has like a yellowish or golden tint to it. So they bleach it to disguise the pus. And when you drink pus, what you think is going to grow inside of you? That's why we have so many yeast infections and they keep coming back over and over and over again. I was once in a place where, like, every time I have a yeast infection and it go away, here come another one, right? And then the doctor, they give you a medication, but the medication can't do anything because we keep consuming these products that are made from pus, right? So pus grows inside of us, right? So dairy got to go. When it comes to women, our health, that cheese is
what do you replace for the milk?
They got all kind of milks. You got almond milk, you got oat milk, you can make cashew milk, hemp milk. And to make almond milk, if they don't put it on there, all it is soaked almonds. They just soak them and then they grind them up and then they just squeeze out the pulp. And then they add like flavorings to it. They'll add vanilla or, you know what I'm saying, a little sugar to kind of make it sweet, give it some taste. But just use any kind of plant milk and you're good. Because honestly, what has milk done for you? What does cheese do for you? You know what I'm saying? We have to ask ourselves when we're eating these things, we're so conditioned to eating them, we ask ourselves, well, what's wrong with it? But nobody is asking, well, what's right with it?
What's right with it? Yeah.
Ain't shit right with it. Nothing is right with it. The same foods that our grandparents and our forefathers have eaten, that we've seen them get cancer, diabetes, lose legs, cataracts, and cancer, and getting all types of things. They're literally losing body parts, You know what
So
I'm
yeah,
saying? Because of the diseases that are growing inside of them, because these diseases are coming from animals that are filled with diseases.
Yeah. You
So
know,
yeah.
someone was talking to me recently about because I was like, oh yeah, I eat a lot of seafood. And he's like, do you know what these animals eating in the sea? And I'm like, damn, you gonna try to take me away from seafood too? And then they was just like, yeah, what do you think? Like everything that's in water, that's what they eating. Their water not really clean. Some of these animals eating from each other, and you know, and I'm just like, wow. So what is safe out here to eat?
Plants.
All day you gotta eat lettuce and fucking nuts.
Girl,
and
you better get creative. But
Look,
no,
if you
like
want to live longer, that's the route to go, huh? If you want to be safe, cancer free, that's the route to go.
That's
Give
it.
me some damn peanuts.
That's it. And you know what it is? It's primarily our country, because you can live in another country and eat fish and you won't have as many adverse side effects, because other countries don't do the type of trifling shit that America does. You feel me? This is a very greedy country. Other countries actually take the livelihood of their people, their nature, their animals in the consideration. Not America. You know what I'm saying? So for the advice I can give for people in this country, cut it all out. You know what I'm saying? And just let your body be as close to nature as possible. Even though the fruits and vegetables that are even in the grocery store, even that's bullshit. You feel me? But I'd rather take some earthbound bullshit that actually has some benefits as far as like reversing diseases. And when I say it's bullshit, you know, you got GMO and you got the seedless this and seedless that. But I'd rather take that than a dead body that was pumped with antibiotics and was forcefully impregnated and ripped from their mother, and you know what I'm saying, eating poop out the sea or oil, because they don't waste. My grandfather, he used to work for the municipality department, and he used to pump waste into the water, and he used to always tell us, like, don't drink tap water. He was like, I know what they put in that water. So if he telling us not to drink it and the fish is living in it, that means don't eat the fish either. You know what I'm saying? Because they're living in that environment. You know what I'm saying?
Good, I fucking did to have this show today, because now I want to go throw everything away out my fucking refrigerator. This is making me sick to my stomach.
No, you already sick. You gotta chill.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
So my kids drink fucking pus milk.
Even you gotta.
My daughter, she Googled it. Okay, so my youngest daughter, oh my gosh, work my nerves. Everything she fucking Googles, everything. So one day I'm just catching her putting water in the cereal. I'm like, Sha, what are you doing? She like, that is cow blood.
Hell yeah.
Cow blood.
Hell yeah, I like her.
I'm like, look, I just do not like that kids have phones, because they Google so much shit and it puts so much on your mind. And so how can you go to sleep at night knowing that you are really, giving your kids this type of stuff that's not healthy?
Yeah.
So bringing on the Let's Be Real show is definitely to just state all facts to people's opinions. Because a lot of people just have so much opinions about why you should become vegan, why you shouldn't be a vegetarian, why you should stay eating these meats. You're going to be sick, you're going to be dead. My girl Angela just brought it all straight to us and let us know we are eating and consuming so much stuff, and then you wondering why you are toxic. You wondering why you are upset. You wondering why you and your mate ain't getting along, because y'all both are eating raw pus and fucking animals that's dead and different type of minerals and alkaline and chemical. You just educated me so much in these little quick 33 minutes. Time. Like, it is crazy. I never knew that much, but I really, really appreciate your honesty.
Yeah.
So to definitely go forward, like, I know you did say that you don't have children, but for us who do have kids, and they are used to whole milk and, all this type of milk, what can you recommend that we can kind of wean our kids off? Because they sell almond milk in the store. So if we not reading on it to know what's in this almond milk, we could still be, polluting our kids with the wrong stuff, the wrong chemicals. So what is a route that we should take with our children on becoming vegans or weaning them off this type of stuff?
Okay, like you said, I don't have kids. My two best friends got kids. This is just me, right? Me, my non-kid having an opinion, and you can't tell no grown person how to raise their damn kids. I get that. But a lot of people, when I tell you got to be real with these kids, our kids are lied to too fucking much.
Too much.
You understand? when I was in a class about plant-based nutrition, I learned that the average human, we don't even need milk past the age of 2. You understand? After that, we've extracted all the nutrients we needed from our mother if we were breastfed. Anything after the age of 2 is just habit. You know what I'm saying? So in all honesty and truthfully, you don't even need no milk. You don't need almond milk. I don't even keep almond milk in my refrigerator because I don't really eat cereal like that. You know what I'm saying? But if you like things like cereal, you know what I'm saying, and kids like that, I really just say go for a plant milk. And you just really gotta, for real, you really gotta read the ingredients. That's it. It sounds hard, but when you read the ingredients on something one time, you'll know it forever. So every time you walk in the grocery store, you'll be able to identify, we don't rock with that, or I learned about this, or you know what I'm saying? So taking 2 extra minutes to just invest in educating yourself allows you to make better decisions for your kids. You know what I'm saying? So don't just shove shit in their face just to shut them up. Because I see a lot of parents do that. They'll take their kids to Starbucks and buy them some shit just to shut them up. Like, what?
I do not give my kids chocolate. I don't even like none that look like me. Okay? I don't want chocolate, Dr. Pepper, RC. I don't want nothing that's dark like me. And people laugh at me all the time when I say that, but I'm not a coffee person. I don't like stuff like that, you know. And they got these frappamoches, frappuccinos and shit, and they got the whipped cream on it and giving it to
right, the little drizzle and everything.
You know, just trying to make them feel like they just have a high rich life. And I tell my kids all the time, there's no discrimination. White people give their kids any fucking thing.
They will.
Anything. I'm not giving y'all that. You're not about to get hooked on no chocolate. You ain't getting no frappuccino. And then they came up with one for the damn dog. And now my kids
they do.
You want to get a dog puppuccino. You ain't giving my damn dog no puppuccino.
That's how you know that's they shit. We don't do no shit like that. You know, we ain't finna do no shit for a dog. A dog, come on now.
Girl, I seen my kids come home with a damn puppuccino. I was so mad.
Yeah, they get doggy treats. They got doggy treats. No, man, like, come on. We gotta stop buying our kids. Real shit. We gotta stop buying our kids on every angle. We gotta stop telling them like, oh, you know, you drink some milk. Kids don't even need to be eating cereal. Real shit. If you eat happy,
I don't need to eat cereal. I thought it's grains. Ain't that healthy?
Man, look at all the other 13 ingredients after the grains. Okay. For real. It's hella preservatives, artificial colorings. These things are edible science projects. You understand? Okay. And they'll throw one healthy ingredient on it, and then they'll slap a label like, "Oh, it's made with whole grains." Yes, but it's covered in sugar and red dye number 40 and a preservative and artificial vitamin E. So yeah, there's a little nugget of whole grain in there, but what else is in there? You know what I'm saying? Like we can't.
Bad things.
There's a lady on IG. I forget her name. Oshun something. Oshun Orisha. She say all the time, the front is for entertainment and the back is for education. Yeah. You feel me? If you really want to, when it comes to breaking these generational cycles that we face, it starts with us. You feel me? We can't just look at memes and watch other people on social media and be like, man, we breaking the cycle, but what are you doing? You feel me? What are you doing for your household? If you don't know what the hell your kids are eating and you just bought it because they was mommy, I want this, daddy, please, and you just fold it and was just like, here, shut up. That shut up method of parenting, that cycle is going to continue. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And when I see people who claim to be vegan, but then they be like, oh, but my kids won't eat it. Well, why not? They in your house. Your kids eat what you give them. Absolutely. So if they not vegan, why? You feel me? And I get it. Your kids are gonna go outside and they're gonna have friends or whatever. But when they come home, it should be in this house we don't
structure.
Eat structure.
But you know what? And it's not even just to stick on it about food. That goes to the music. That goes to the way you allow your kids to dress.
That dance and shit, all that shit. Not in this house. You feel me? If you go outside and you want to experience that on your own, go ahead, because that's what life is all about, experiencing things. But when you come back up in here, nope, that Cardi B off, them chicken nuggets, get them out of my house. We don't do that in here. You feel me? You want to eat that, you go over your daddy help, whoever. You know what I'm saying? But we don't eat that here. You feel me? So parents,
Oh
we just gotta be more structured. And like, I'm low key ready to have kids. I'm ready for my kids. I'm ready to raise some soldiers.
Like you
My
finna have a
kids gonna be some
military house
soldiers.
over there.
My
Greens
kids
this,
gonna
greens that, broccoli this, broccoli that, peas that. Your kids gonna run away from your ass, Angela.
No, they ain't. No, they ain't. They gonna be like, they gonna go outside and look at everybody else's kids and be like, these niggas weak.
And
They look at them weak. They fat. They can't even run a mile.
Oh my gosh, listen, and it is no disrespect. I have one daughter too, and I be telling her all the time, like, I'm gonna give you nothing but juice and fruit. She be looking at me like, yeah, all right, fuck you, man.
For real. For real.
I'd be afraid because you see a lot of kids now, they are cancer, they're beating cancer, they're ringing bells, and not just be afraid. A lot of kids have obesity, they diabetes, and you know, they just it's consuming so much to the kids because, like you said, it starts at home with the parents, you know. And not to get off topic, but I tell people all the time, no, I was not no perfect mother, you know. The maturity comes with it as you take these stages on becoming much more of a woman for yourself, much more of a parent for your children. I hate the terminology mini me. My child is not a mini me of me because I know what I have done, where I have been, the type of stuff I've seen. She's not a mini me of me. Neither one of them. Not no way in hell are you a mini me of me. I do not condone these women that's getting their 12-year-old daughters. They have on halter tops. They have thigh boots on. I don't like it. You got your kids listening to all the NBA young boy, and you know they beating their hands with their fists when they talk. They barely can go to school and read. In high school, reading at a 6th grade education level. You know, it's just so much when it comes down to being a parent. You don't want your children to see you with this man talking crazy to you. But you know, just to say that we fool, and that stands on a lot of terminology. Just to say we fool, we will eat anything. You know? And that's just like with being in a relationship. Just to say you happy, you would take anything. You know, just to say I'm a woman, you just want to make yourself to be this woman, so you got to get up and put on fucking makeup every day. So I tell people all the time, I'm not a bad bitch. I am a woman.
I ain't never been a bad bitch.
I've never been a bad bitch.
I ain't never been one.
And I'm not trying to live up to one.
I don't want to be one. It's too much effort.
It takes too much time. It takes too much time to look like a damn Barbie doll every day. Look, if you can't look at my normal skin, see my ashy ankles some fucking times, and still love me, I am not the one for you. But now it's time to get pretty. I ain't gonna say I will not go get made up, but 7 days a week.
Right. On a special occasion.
Damn week. And then you wonder by the time you're 40 why you look, you're 20 and then you look 40. Because this makeup is weighing you down every day. These old different ass hairstyles is weighing your head down. You got all this going on, but you don't have priorities. Priorities. You know, I can take a big ass move, and from the move that I take, I would make a pallet sleep on the floor by air mattress or whatever, because I know later on down the line, my God is gonna supply all my needs. Versus a bad bitch, she gonna neglect your child. She ain't gonna send them to school. She don't care what they eat because she cares much about what she's consuming on the image side. You know, so real is real, and I think that we tend to forget reality because we too busy want to hold up an image. We want to just be full all the time. It's okay to not be full.
It's okay to be hungry.
Okay, yes, you can
okay to be hungry.
And that's with what you eating, whether if you're a vegan, whether if you eat animals, whether if you're in love or you're single. You don't have to be full all the time. Leave some type of room to grow, to educate yourself, to learn. Because if you full on everything, then that means you know every fucking thing from the beginning. And I don't want to be around nobody that think they know everything. So when you say you're a spiritual person, I definitely can connect with you on that. I believe God put everything in your place, in your life, everything for a reason. It ain't just for no season. It's definitely for you to learn. And sometimes lessons is not just for you. It can be a lesson for somebody else. Okay.
Very true.
Facts.
Very true.
So we're going to get back to the vegan thing, because, you know, a lot of people can't relate to us when we start talking them real facts. You know, they don't like that. But as they say, that's why you got a talk show, because you do too much fucking talking. I hear that all the time, Angela. But so what do you feel about like broccoli? You know how sometimes they have frozen broccoli and then you have the fresh broccoli. What is the difference in them?
Really, the only difference is one is frozen and one is not. I mean, as silly as that may sound, so anything that's frozen, they they try to quote unquote pick at its peak freshness, and then what they do is they flash freeze it and then they bag it up, right? But then whenever you unthaw something, don't it always get soggy? It be soggy, right? It don't have no crunch. Any type of vegetable that you eat that don't have no crunch don't have no life. Period. You know what I'm saying? Vegetables that are alive, they have crunch. When you snap peas, they snap. When you snap a bell pepper, it snaps. When you bite an apple, it crunch. You feel me? When you unthaw something that was frozen and put it in some water, it's soggy. Even when you boil fresh broccoli, if you boil it for a couple of minutes, it'll still have some bite to it. Absolutely. So somebody who's wondering, you know, fresh over frozen, I'm gonna always say work with what you have first. You feel me? I don't know. Everybody living situation might be different. You know what I'm saying? You might be in a shared household. The fridge might be packed, so you might only have room to stash some frozen stuff away. That's a start, and something is better than nothing. But definitely grow your way into everything fresh. Oh, the only thing that I have in my fridge is frozen. I keep my little vegan shrimp frozen. I got some ice. I got my frozen fruit for smoothies and like some vegetable stock that I make in big batches. But I don't keep nothing in my fridge that's really, really frozen. Everything I do is fresh. But again, everybody living situation in refrigerator is different. I'm solo dolo, so I can do what I want with my fridge. You feel me? But work with what you got, and something is better than nothing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Today was definitely an education day for me. I did not know so much that I am consuming to myself, my kids, is all type of chemicals.
Yeah.
Especially the alkaline.
Yeah.
You know, I did see a long time ago, back while they had all the type of waters lined up. Core water, alkaline water, purified water, distilled water. And then everybody would just be like, oh, core water is the best.
It ain't shit. That shit ain't nothing. It ain't shit. It's chemical water. It's chemical water.
So what water do you drink? Only spring water?
Only spring water. And there are different companies that make spring water. You got Ice Mountain. This brand is called Absol Pure. But as long as it say, I don't know, whoever watching this, as long as it say natural spring water. And then when you go, and you should look on the back, there should be no ingredients. Okay. If your water bottle has an ingredient label, it's bullshit. Okay. Put it back. You feel me? We have to eliminate all chemicals from us in every aspect. And we have to start in the smallest ways. They already put chemicals in our air. You feel me? It's bad enough when we bathe in chemical water. You feel me? Our skin is one big cell, so absorbs that water. You feel me? So when we turn around and we drink natural spring water, it gives us a chance to push out those toxins from the inside. You feel me? Okay. So only natural spring water. If I don't care, any water that has a commercial, it's some bullshit.
Oh, wow.
That's it.
Yeah, everything is for sale.
Everything is for sale. And the bigger the bottle and the more sleek it is. The only water that I would say that's like commercialized and is decent is Fuji. But I know most people, the average person ain't paying for Fuji water. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of high. You know, they got to pay for the commercial. So just go on and get you some regular spring water. You know what I'm saying? And just work with that.
Oh my gosh, I definitely thank you today for taking your time out on this Monday, a busy, slow Monday at that. You know, we just came back from the holidays, and I know a lot of people like, oh my gosh, I had greens, I had ham, girl. I don't know what they talking about. I'm going to give me some more of that reheated shit. I think I'm going to start taking a different type of steps, because that's what is the point of having these type of shows. You know, I learn things. I'm able to also, you know, educate and teach other people. I love to just share the topics with people. You know, I definitely love it. But it's not just to get up here and have a podcast and just rant and rave and ramble every day about bull mess. You know, I see a lot of people have podcasts and all they want to do is degrade one another.
Girl, they don't be talking about nothing.
Nothing. But them the ones who get the most views, the most likes, the most shares.
They do.
And that's like, oh my gosh. So you really got to get up here and just be like, man, I don't like this. And girl, let me tell you, G Herbo got Latiana pregnant again.
I ain't trying to hear that shit.
The show won't do enough of that for me.
You know, I realize when it come to talking real, it's only gonna reach a few people, but the few people it reaches is gonna make a much bigger impact for the greater good of our advancement than those people who talking about, you know, Herbo or whoever else. You feel me? So like like doing a podcast like this, talking to somebody like you, it's a humbling experience to know that, damn, this only might reach a couple of people. You feel me? And it might not reach the masses until next year, or you know what I'm saying? It might be later down the line, but to know that like, yo, we kept it real. And the real is always gonna resurface. You know what I'm saying? After a while, that phony shit is gonna play out. But you know, it's just very humbling to know that what we do it in truth, and we don't just do it for likes. I don't do this shit for clout. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh, tell me about it. I'm like, listen, I don't care if you share it, I don't care if you don't, because that's what it's called. Let's be real.
I'm a stand in it. Right. I'm a stand in it regardless, you know.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate even just being here, and you know what I'm saying? If didn't nobody else learn from this, I had an experience, you had an experience. If this wasn't for nobody else but us, it was for us. And that's just that. You know what I'm saying? And then
it was educating. You know, we shared our laughs, and you know, even got off topic, but at the end of the day, it's just about keeping real, stating facts.
Yeah.
Opinion. A lot of people don't want to educate themselves. So, you know, a lot of people, that's just like the truth. The truth travels alone.
Mm-hmm.
But the lie will travel quick and with a million fucking people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? As long as you got something negative to say, or you got some type of outrage or anything just disrespectful, your views will be sky high. The moment you start educating, speaking about journalism, Black power, or segregation, or how to walk right, being a good parenting, how to put your clothes on your ass right, how to talk in front of your kid, your views drop. People don't want to hear that. But at the end of the day, that's not what you're a vegan for, and that's not why I have a podcast.
Right.
So at the end of the day, my content is going to always change on this show. It's not just about rappers. It's not about upcoming artists or Black entrepreneurs. It's also about educating. I talk to adolescents, you know, like I ran it down to you. I talk to a lot of people. I done had street ministry on here. I done talked to people who overcome drugs for 30 years. And that's, once again, that's why it's called Let's Be Real. I want the truth behind it. Every success story has a truth. I don't want the lies. So that's why a lot of people do not be on my show, because I don't want your lies. I can see through your bullshit. I'm not perfect. I'm 100. You know, and I leave room to grow. So at the end of the day, before we get out of here, do you have anything you want to say? But I'm gonna say this to you: send me some type of recipes over so I can try to wing something, small steps.
You know, I'll be posting recipes on my page. And it's crazy how you mentioned don't stay full. I don't eat a lot, but whenever I do post stuff on my page, are we friends on my regular page?
Probably not, but we definitely gonna become friends.
Yeah, I'm gonna add you on my regular Facebook page, and for anybody who listening, you can add me on Facebook. It's just my whole government name, Angela M. Joseph. That's my government. So you have my whole government name, Angela M. Joseph. But oh, girl, it's just so much I want to say. Girl, when it comes to this vegan shit, it'd be so much I want to say. It's hard to sum it up. But to sum it up. Hold on, I'm looking at some notes because I watched this thing and I'm looking like, do I want to read something from this?
Read it. What's stopping you? Read it.
All right, so one of the things I was listening to, and this kind of is health related, but it's not. But it's the theory of Murphy's Law. You feel me? And I like this in this time with this COVID and these shots and boosters. So Murphy's Law states the more you feel something, the more likely it is to happen. Yeah. You understand? When it comes to anything, and we're just going to round it back to health, the more you fear getting sick, the sicker you're going to become. The more you fear catching COVID, the faster you're going to catch it. You understand? The more you fear being like your grandmother having diabetes, the more it's going to happen, right? When you remove fear from your life, you take back all your control. You understand? Everything that they feed us is fear. You feel me? When they feed us these animals are terrified when they die. That's fear. Everything they feed us. The news is fear. The music is, oh, if a nigga run up on me, I'm a whoa, whoa, whoa. Now you're scared to even be around your own people. Fear. You feel me? The more you fear shit, the more likely it is to happen. Stop being scared. You understand? We are spiritual beings. You understand? We have the capability to do any and everything we put our mind to So there's nothing to fear. You know, you speak protection over your own life. You speak health over your own life. You speak healing over your own life. You understand? There's nobody else's job to pray for you, pray over you. It's nobody else's job to heal you. Yeah. Everything is up to you. You know what I'm saying? You're the only person that can save you. So don't be afraid of anything. The more you fear it, if you're trying to go vegan and you like, man, I don't think I'm gonna do it, then you're not gonna do it. Yep. You feel me? It's two types of people in this world. Those who say they can and those who say they can't. They can. Yep. And both of them motherfuckers is right. It just depends on which one you want to be.
And that's it. Man, that's some knowledge right there. Man, I thought I was finna join up some type of sorority or cult. I'm like, okay, look, let me sign up right now. I'm fearless. I take control back, my sister.
That's a sorority.
That was true shit, though.
It is. It's facts.
Oh for real. Gosh, it definitely was. Don't forget to send me some recipes. And
all right. I'm gonna add you as a regular. I'm gonna add you as a friend. Cause I don't know, I just be winging it with my recipes most of the time. I just be doing anything.
No, send me something, cause you already know what's going on, you know.
Right.
Send me something to help me, you know, and I'm gonna try to wean these kids with me.
Yeah.
Try because I hate a try baby. Let's take control.
Right.
Let's take it's a new year. Let's start doing something positive.
Right.
I myself too, you know, I didn't tell everyone, but Angela is from the south side of Chicago, the dirty side. You know?
Don't do the dirty south, baby. Don't do that now. Don't do that now.
You should have seen you, Angela. You were stupid. I say the dirty side. You hold up. Oh my gosh, that is so funny though. No, but she is a Chicagoan, just like most of the listeners and viewers. I myself is from Chicago, the west side. I lived on the south side. I lived on the south side. I went to Taylor High School. I went to Beethoven. I done lived in most of the projects, you know, so I know about some south side, you know.
Okay.
They always do the south side or the west side.
They look bogus.
They look bogus. We are straight from Illinois together, and we know you ain't dirty, sister. You just came.
I'm not with that dirty shit now. Don't get it. Don't let these locks fool you now. I'm finna go wash my hair tonight. Don't get it twisted. I don't do dirt, baby.
Oh my gosh, girl. Okay, look.
No. Starting back up.
Yep, starting back up. But it's been real on this Monday.
Yeah, it's been real.
Definitely have, girl. We definitely have to stay in tune with each other because once again, it's not even just about being from Chicago. You my sister. And I definitely need you to help continue to educate me so that I can grow my kids up on something positive. I don't want them eating fearless ass animal, you know, fearful animals. I want to take that type of change in my household. I want to gain control back. So recipes, send them over to me.
Okay.
Follow my girl on IG as the Veggie Brunch LLC, Facebook at the Veggie Brunch LLC Chicago. Go check my girl out, ask for some recipes, and let's start consuming a little bit more into our body so we can get some of this fear shit up out of our mind, because she just broke it down. It's not just what we eat, it's also what we listen to. So once again, like she said, leather, even the clothes that we wear, some of this shit has fear into it. And if we're not educating ourselves, then we cannot understand why we are just so uptight, or why we just cannot get along as a whole, as a country, as a community, as a generation. Let's start taking control back to the men and the women out here. It's been real on this Monday. Angela, I thank you for taking the time out, girl. It has been one with you.
It was good.
To you until next time.
All right. Peace, sis. Bye.
Bye.